Get older, you may find it hard to communicate with them, especially when they reach those troublesome teenage years. Joining me again is Bill Corbett. He's the founder of Cooperative Kids. It's a program that helps parents and professionals connect with kids. Bill, good to see you again.
Good morning, Shirley.
Now, I think anyone who's been around a teenager can tell sometimes they're a little hard to get through, and it's hard for them to open up. You have some tips on how we can break down those barriers.
Yes, it's important for us to connect, because when the child reaches adolescence years, it's different than when they're in school age, and so it's hard for parents. So
they're going through a lot too at that stage.
Absolutely, biologically, physiologically, psychologically, and it's hard for parents to remember what it's like to be a teenager.
Yeah. It's almost like it's embedded in their makeup when they're that age, to just kind of be introverted and not open up to parents and to adults in general.
Right.
All right, so you have some tips. The first thing you say is to banter with them without anger.
There's been numerous university studies that show that teens feel closer to their parents when they actually argue, which is kind of amazing, but they start getting into questioning things about themselves, their parents, their lives. So bantering is very healthy, as long as you remove the anger and getting mad at them and punishment and stomping off. It's okay to go back and forth, and it's important for the parent to remain calm and just know that this is a phase you're going to have to go through.
It may be their only way to release during that banter.
Yes.
All right, now point number 2, you say don't ask them why they did something silly, because they often don't know why they did what they did.
There's 2 regions of the brain that are very interesting. One is what we call the executive processing center. That's the part of the brain that makes sure that we do what we should do. Then there's another part of the region of the brain that really kind of develops in the teen years, which is where they want risk. And they'll take chances on things. And how many times you hear a parent say, "What were you thinking?" And the teen says, "I don't know," because they truly don't know. What happens is that part of the brain overpowers the executive processing center of the brain, so they feel compelled to climb a pole or take chances.
Expect them to do stupid things, basically, at that age, at that stage. All right, number 3, take an interest in their likes. You don't have to like it, even something that you don't enjoy doing.
Right. You don't have to like it, just show an interest. That's all you have to do. So if they're listening to music, as long as there's no negative impacts to the music they're listening to, and you just don't like it, don't talk about that. Just ask them about it. They like to talk a lot about the things they like, so just have a good ear for them.
All right, the only problem with that, I think, is sometimes some parents try too hard to be their teenager's best friend.
Right. That's
they want to
not
be
a
the
good thing
cool
to do.
parent.
Yeah.
And I mean, any recommendations on that and not going over those boundaries there?
Remember that you're the parent, they're the child. Just respect them like we respect any adult in our relationship. We don't necessarily like what everyone does that we're associated with, but we acknowledge it and we respect them for that.
Okay, and also you say set clear boundaries, and also the last one, be available for them.
And be available for them on their terms. Just let them know. It's like at work, when you have an open door policy as a leader, make sure you have that kind of thing with your kids. Know they can come to you anytime to talk about the things that are issues for them.
Okay, Bill, all very good tips, very good advice. And I also want to point out that the name of your book is called Love, Limits, and Lessons. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with our headlines.